second half of the show. We know it is a giving of you guys, so we appreciate that. But no, this next game we're gonna play. It's a little game called Ding Ding. We're gonna have our improvisers here start a scene, and if we don't like what they've suggested, they're gonna have to come up with a new suggestion in that scene. So to start with, can I get a place where you have personally been on a bad day? Personally.
Olive Garden.
I was going to take Olive Garden, but that's factually incorrect. You can't have a bad date at Olive Garden.
Casanova, the bar.
We're going to go. You guys. I have a suggestion. It's not a fast food. It's not a fast food establishment or Arizona. We're gonna go with space. The second thing I heard, space.
Who said it?
So who said space? Who said it?
You want Starbucks or wine? Starbucks or wine?
There's some space for wine in your face. So let's get into it. All right. So let's see a scene from space. Gestures.
Hold all these levers.
Is it weird that we still using levers in 2019?
You know, yeah.
Year.
Is it weird that we're still using levers in 1973? Is it weird that we're still using levers in 2043?
Yeah, it is. But you know, levers are back.
How many more years do we have left on our journey?
I'm not good at math. I'm great at math. So the answer is 40. The answer is carry the 2 eternity. Yeah. I mean, that's what we signed up for. Amazon really got us by the balls on that.
I'm just going to go check and see how the hydroponics are doing. But I was going to go check and see how all the rabbits are doing. I'm just going to go check and see how the last 2 honeybees in the universe are doing. I'll be right back.
Floating gestures.
Wait, Meg, you gotta check this out.
What is it, Daryl?
Hey.
What is it, Darwin? What is it, Dirk?
The colony. It's grown so fast.
Oh my God!
What happened to the colony?
The colony's dead!
Hold me, Dirk!
You got no sweetener.
Oh, sure. So this, for this next scene, we're gonna need a unique prop from an audience member. So dig in your purses or your backpacks or your satchels.
Who has a satchel? Somebody has
Run the cutter home line. Baby,
Yes, I know you guys are not men. I wear one.
Wait a minute. Did she have multiple masks she got to choose from? Oh, okay, never mind.
We chose an eye mask. But thank you all for pulling out your weird stuff. Okay, so in this scene, the entire team is going to come out. We're going to, 3 of us, whoever feels so moved, we're going to perform a monologue about this item. Do I I need a suggestion.
Now look, ever since your mother died, I know that we've been kind of having a rough spat of things. But you know what? You're 8. You're a woman now. And it's important that we have this conversation. So I called up the doctor and he suggested that I have this conversation with you. I disagreed. He presented a lot of legal documents that said I had to have this conversation with you. So there's a time in every person's life where, okay, so, have you ever seen a dam? Bear with me on this one. Imagine a surging wall of your adulthood. And you know, adulthood's great and all, but we don't want to get it on your dress. So, I'm going to keep having this conversation until somebody else dings me out. It's going to happen, young lady. It's going to...
Okay, first things first, I didn't even get my first period when I was 8. My dad's an idiot. It came when I was 12. He doesn't know anything. Second of all, this isn't a pad, this is a blindfold. So, my dad's kind of an idiot. So, basically, I became a self-actualized woman on my own. And after my mom died, I took it upon myself. And my dad gave me this blindfold when I was 8. Like I said, it would be another 4 years before I got my first period, because hello, biology. So, I took this blindfold, and what I actually did with it was whenever my dad would lecture me, I'd go like this. And I'd just be like, no, I don't care, Dad. I'm not listening. I don't care. And that really helped me get through my my childhood. Because my dad, it's stuck in my hair. So anyway, it did cause problems, though, when I started to learn how to drive.
Thank you for coming to my one-woman show. My grandpapa gave this to my mother when she was 8 years old. But Papa, what's this? It's about a dam. It was a metaphor.
You're gonna make a great father. Climax, right?
1 minute.
I went a little. We're gonna share a couple memories about what we love about the team.
This was not rehearsed.
Improvised.
So my favorite memory of being a part of Chinese Ballroom was actually our first show. So we started practicing, just like having fun at Vince's garage that had a lot of like Chinese tchotchkes, and it looked like a ballroom. And we did that, and then we like started. We're like, okay, how about we like actually have a show? And the first show that we had was at Dave and I's living room.
And which was, the whole living room was probably about the size of the stage, and we packed in like probably like 30 people there.
It was, it was like we had like, it was so cute, like we had like the sofa and like seats and like people were, it was like standing room only. It was like Coachella.
We had like whole snow.
And
a keg.
In a keg.
Just like Coachella.
Just like Coachella. And my dealer was there. And my dealer was there. And it was Andy. And we fucking performed in like our fucking tiny ass living room to this crowd of people who some of you guys are here actually. Ow! And
VIPs.
It like honestly like thinking about it like makes me really want to cry because I'm like you guys like it like shows us that like what like dedication is. You know, like, we fucking did this. And you guys are here now.
And it became something, you know, we've said it before, but it became something so much bigger. It's been going on for 10 plus years. And you're all here, which is exciting. And we both now live in Los Angeles, which is a lot warmer. By the way,
I'm gonna take that.
San Francisco.
Like,
I didn't realize until
girl, you pay rent there.
I didn't realize I moved to LA that people in LA love San Francisco. San Francisco hates LA. But there's some, I mean, we talk a lot about how San Francisco has changed and is always changing and how it's gentrifying and how it's getting expensive. But I will say with confidence that there is not something like this in LA because of the industry. There's not something that feels so organic and fun and communal, and it's not like you can, you know, take a bus 5 or 10 minutes to a venue like this. It just doesn't exist. It's a thing, and then you have to like, you lose your seat because Fred Armisen came. It's like a thing, which actually happened to me this week.
And like, I'm glad that you guys don't shower. Fuck those bitches.
Last thing I wanted to say is that we were preparing downstairs right before the show, doing a quick temperature check because we're hippy dippy, and we were talking about like, you know, how do we feel? Are we prepared? And when it got to me, I said, you know, there's that thing when you're with old friends. It doesn't matter how long you've been away. When you're back together, it's like nothing happened. And I haven't really done an improv show with these guys in 6 years, and it's been so fun. And they're some of my favorite and most creative people on the planet. So.
It was you guys that made Chinese butter.
For our next scene, there is nothing more nerve-wracking as a performer to have be in a play with lines and then not know your lines. And so we're going to do that. We're going to recreate that right now. I have a script that I found. I Googled two-person script, literally clicked on the first link I found. It's called, oh shit, I don't remember what it's called.
Is that
Heaven on Earth. It's called Heaven on Earth. I don't think it has anything to do with the script.
Match Made in Heaven.
Match Made in Heaven, thank you.
Oh, it's a good one.
Meg and Vince are going to do the scene, but the thing is, only Vince is going to have the script. You're going to read the lines for Tia. Tia has just gotten back home from work to find Mick on the couch, looking unhappy.
What's wrong with you? Why do you seem so down?
Tia, it's everything, you know, it's you, it's me, it's time, we don't have dinner like we used to, we don't play board games.
About what?
You know, all of them, life, risk, sometimes sorry.
I wasn't going to say anything because I already knew that would be your response.
It's just that was the time that we would connect, and you know, I'd go back 4 and then you'd go back 4. It was give and take, Tia.
Mick, for the past month you've been going through some sort of like man period. On and off, hot and cold, happy, sad.
It's all the board games they just found. Board games
talking to me in riddles.
I don't think it's me. I think I'm speaking clearly. I think it's you. Your head is cloudy. I don't know what's making you're on your... No, I can't. I can't say it. You can say it, but I cannot say it.
If I was acting up and down like you've been, I guarantee you'd be more pissed off about it.
Look, I can't. You're asking me to say it, but we have been together for 10 years, and that's a lot of times when you've had ups and downs. Let's just say that.
I'm not going to leave it alone. I feel this is something serious. I won't back away until you tell me.
All right. I'm going to tell you.
Really?
Yes. And I will regret it.
No, I don't care.
When you are on your moon times, you are an asshole. I said it.
I don't care!
Yeah, no, I know you don't care about my feelings, about my board games.
You drive me crazy!
You drive me crazy!
Fine! Don't!
Look, maybe I am on my man period. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Do what you feel like you want to do. But what do you want to have for dinner? I'm starving.
A lean cuisine and a game of Clue.
I understand.
I'm not speaking in riddles. I literally mean a lean cuisine and I literally mean Clue.
What things, baby? What things do you want to talk about?
Your day, my day. Who killed who? That's all part of it.
I do not leave you that way.
What, like your husband? Like your person? You don't look at me that way? That's a problem, Tia.
That's what's been going on all this time.
You don't love me?
I love you so much!
So now it's time for us to share memories. I'll keep mine nice and short and sweet. So the team had been together for like a year. I was actually at that living room show on the carpet watching them, being like, wow, I wish I did improv. Like the last time I did improv was in a 6th grade summer camp, and my claim to fame was that I rhymed Bard with Captain Picard, and they were like, wow, that was in 6th grade. So somehow, without having really done improv in 2009, they're like, join the team. It's like, you guys are fools. But joined the team in May, had my first performance in June, and it didn't suck. So I've been with them ever since. But the memory I really cherish, and every time I think about it, my cheeks go red, is during one scene. It was this dramatic long form, and Dave was like a detective who had to solve a crime, and it was time sensitive, and I was his wife, and we were having issues. And I'm sitting there complaining, and he knows he has to go do something where he might die. So Dave actually comes up and just lays a big old kiss right on my lap. That's it.
Go for it. Yeah. So I have been on the ballroom longer than I have known the man I'm married to. That's how long it's been. So Carl. The last time all 8 of us plus Kenny performed together actually was 4 years ago. The night before me and Carl's wedding, we had a rehearsal dinner plus a show afterwards for the wedding. So that was the last time we were all together. It's almost exactly 4 years ago. And what I remember from that time is, I don't know who here has ever been a bride, but it's overwhelming. At the rehearsal dinner, I was, and this is so unlike me, I was so nervous. You have all these people from out of town coming. They're telling you how much they love you and Carl, and I haven't met half the people. They're all Carl's family, and it's just everyone believes in you all of a sudden. And I remember Carl's Carl's sister-in-law came up to me and was like, how are you doing scale of 1 to 10? And I was like, W, I don't know. And so I left the rehearsal dinner to walk, the theater was just right down the street from the venue of the rehearsal dinner, and I'm walking by myself, it's cold, it's dark, I'm shaking, I'm so nervous, not only do I have an improv show, but then I have to go get married, which is like the ultimate improv, and I'm nervous, I'm just like, what fucking weird time in my life, and I get to the theater, and I can see all of my 8 friends inside the theater, setting up, like, doop-a-doop-a-doop, and I just felt, I can't even describe to you, like, the peace that came over me, because I was like, these motherfuckers, like, know me, and they know me and Carl, like, I introduced Carl to them, like, Carl was the one who was like, you should hang out with the Ballroom more, they're really cool, and I was like, I should, and so we had a great show, and I can't even tell you, like, the peace that I just walked in and they're like, oh, hey, kid, what's up? Are you getting married? Oh, that's cool. Like, it was so chill. And Vince officiated our wedding. That's what the Ballroom will always mean to me.
Well, and he said yes, right?
Well, yeah, Carl did. And he's been to 99 of 100.
Yes, Carl!
Yeah, this is hard to narrow it down to like one little thing. I literally have a goodie bag in the back. I have every shirt from USF of all the teams we've been on. I have in the Ballroom's the last one. It just was like, I literally have old little slips because I'm a hoarder, and I hoard them in the shows, and I'm like, I want to make a book of all these funny things. Okay. But the story I was thinking of that just kept going in my mind was I had gotten asked out on this date. And like, not to make him think that I was like blowing him off. I was like, oh, I can't. I work and I have an improv show. Yeah, it was just like, okay. The fact that the guy didn't run and said, Luke, can I come? It should have been my first, like, oh, what's wrong with you? Like, wow, how bad do you need it? Okay, well, like, yeah, sure, like, you can come, like, just, bring the gang, just bring everybody, right? And I ended up coming late to that show because I had work. And so you guys have all introduced yourself, and I'm thinking this guy sitting in the audience, like, this woman, like, just making me come to this improv show and just sit through when she's not in it. So I'm like, okay. And so I got there for the game I was playing was Slideshow, and I was running it, and of course, and I could see him in the audience, and I'm like, fuck, he came alone, okay. And I come out, and then the suggestion for Slideshow was Farmer's Market, and I'm like, sure, I'm gonna be an 8th grader, which is this, and we're gonna talk about the big watermelons, and I'm like, this guy should not be here on intermission. Again, the fact that he stayed should have been a clue to me. Like, no, this is not. So we ended up going to White Horse we used to go to afterwards, and I like couldn't get a vibe on this guy's age, but I'm like, I feel like you're a little younger than me, and I was like, oh, Colorado ID, I've never seen one before, so pretty with the mountains. My roommate in college is from Colorado, I've seen it. And so I was like, you're born in 1989, okay, 89. And if you get about 5-year dip, like he's born in the 80s, I guess you could say. All right, this will be a fun night, sir. Like, let's enjoy it while we can. And then 3 years later, these guys performed at my wedding. So I kept him around. He's awesome, and he's come to all these shows. And I think for me, it's so many things, but one of the things is the SOs, we call them, the significant others. You guys are wonderful, because we've had audiences where just the 6 of you. I'm so sorry, because I could do this for free in our living room, but I made you pay $10. I mean, you guys, I really feel like all of you guys are married to the Ballroom. Like, you're not just married to the one of us, you're married to the Ballroom. And so for this, we just wanted to give like a really big thank you. So anyone who their SO, mine is not here, he's friggin' traveling in Maryland. But anyone whose SO is here, please go to them. We're playing a game. No, go out to them. Hold their hands. Stay there. Should he stay there? They don't even know he's doing this. Oh, forget it. Come on down. Other, please look them in the eyes. I didn't know I would like you to repeat after me. Oh my God. Say, ready, I.
Singles.
First of all, you guys have to take a break on this one. Appreciate you for supporting me and my team through good improv.
Hey, girl.
Supporting you and the team.
And through bad improv. I promise to always make you feel safe and loved.
I can commit to half of that.
But first, please join me on stage for this next game.
Oh,
Alright, so this scene is called Slideshow, which is a nice thing because Michelle's story had to do with Slideshow. So Nico and Meg went on a trip, and the photos that they're going to show you, the subjects are our SOs. So you guys have seen this game probably 1,000 times. So you know what to do. Freeze 99 times. So they're going to show off their photos from their trip, and the subjects are these guys. Where did Meg and Nico go on vacation? They went to
underground bunker.
I like underground bunker.
Coincidentally, the underground bunker is where most of the wine comes from. So do check out their tasting room, undergroundbunker.wine.com.
Hey guys.
Hi.
So sorry, we just want to first give a shout out to our sturdy sisters, Phi Beta. I forget. Phi Beta.
Bye, beta. You guys, like.
So.
You guys. This is so num.
Okay, so part of being a part of Phi Beta means that you have to do a service trip for your spring break.
We're so brave.
Yeah, we're so brave that we went to do volunteer work in an underground bunker. There were like a lot of Y2K conspiracy theorists down there.
Yeah, and like remember like Stephanie Gutierrez turned into a nun?
A lot of people turned into nuns in the underground bunker. I don't know why exactly.
Not this bitch.
So basically, our service trip was just to like bring them information about culture because they've been down there since 1999. So we're just gonna show you some crazy cool.
Oh my gosh,
lives.
bro, this is so boring. I'm just gonna click.
Click it.
Click.
Move around. Move around. Move around. Move around.
So this was like my favorite moment of
Freeze. Continue.
this was one of my favorite moments. It was super num. And like
No, I'm good.
okay, cool. Yeah, just for me then. It was my favorite moments. It was when we just got there. Clearly, Stephanie Gutierrez was like ready to be a fucking nun. She was ready to like convert. Look at her. She's like praying.
She was trying to
And then like, and that was like a picture of Jesus. Remember that?
And then like, this is us just trying to bring culture to them and just be like, Instagram influencers, like, Prince is dead, like,
And like,
you know.
and like you wanted to like make sure it was a really diverse group for our Instagram. Look at them. It was so diverse.
Hashtag diversity. Click. So, after we like kind of got to know the crew, click. Freeze. We decided to relive Britney Spears' 2000 at the MTV Video Music Awards.
Should we be crazy and show them like
Yeah,
how we did it?
we should play it. This is a
This is
video.
play it.
Play it. Okay,
So good.
play.
Play. Pause.
We did that thing. We did that
It was like, honestly, like, that was like the best moment of my
emotional. But anyway, we'll get to our last slide. This was Click. It's really hard to say goodbye to them because we had like had so many moments. Like
Yeah, I know. And this one's actually a gift.
Significant others are performing in their own improv team tomorrow night. They're called Japanese Dance Hall. Right here. Get your tickets.
It's only 5 minutes
this
till
next game is called Oscar Moments. Come on, say an Oscar moment. Great. These actors are in a movie, and this movie is really Oscar bait. Like they're all gunning for Best Supporting. You can tell. So give me the name of a movie that's never been made.
A Star is Born.
Her ordeal.
A Star is Born.
Love story.
Stars.
Russian.
Share. Share.
Russian star.
Gentle.
All right. They're going to take it away. I will tell them when their Oscar moment comes, and you will enjoy.
Damn these numbers. Why don't you just make sense? What if pi plus infinity?
Hi.
Oscar moment, Michelle.
You can't do pie.
Where were you during your geometry elementary algebra class, huh? You weren't missing it, you would know that I would just keep going and it would never stop! There is just so much pie! No one can consume all the pie! And I'm talking numbers, it's metaphorical!
Okay, so not pie.
It's so fun.
But Jeremy,
You guys, did you guys hear? Hear what?
what? I've been working on my equation this whole time.
Man, she's been wasting most of our time.
Stephanie?
Gutierrez?
Yeah? It's pregnant!
Oscar moment, Meg.
It was just the one night. We both said it was a mistake. But maybe this equation has been leading me to the answer that I've been looking for all along. Know who the dad is?
It's Dirk!
What?
You know, Dirk Jacoby? The Russian? I didn't want to say it because, yes, it's him.
Stephanie!
I know you were going to ask him to prom, but, he didn't say it right away.
Then we
She always had plan A. But at that moment, I was going to tell her about plan B.
We would love to play that video now. So Kenny, our 9th member, couldn't be here tonight. He has a message that only I have seen, and it might cause some of us to tear up. So.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a great time. I'm sure it's a great show. I'm really sorry that I couldn't be there tonight. My father is unwell, and unfortunately he doesn't have much time left, so I'm spending some time with him. I just wanted to tell a story real quick about how I became a member of the Ballroom. In 2011, my aunt had cancer, and she was in her final days. And she moved in with my mom and my brother and I, and we cared for her until her passing. She was the type of person that sort of always did what she thought she was supposed to do, and she married who she thought she was going to marry, and she didn't marry the man that she loved, and she kind of didn't do the things that she wanted to do, I think, in her life. She just kind of always lived for other people. She had an opportunity to see me do stand-up, and she was very pleased to see me doing something that I wanted to do. And she thought that I didn't have very many friends, which is true. So when she passed, a friend of mine sent me a Craigslist posting of a troupe in San Francisco who was looking for new members. So at the time I was doing improv in Half Moon Bay, and I just wasn't really sure what else was out there. So I thought I would take a chance and at least audition and see what happens. So I auditioned, and to my surprise, a couple days later, Dave Vinegar emailed me and asked me to join the team, and just told me, hey, rehearsal's Wednesday, come on by. Little did I know that when I went to that first rehearsal, I would meet 8 of the most incredibly kind, wonderfully accepting, hilariously funny, most wonderful people I've ever met in my life. And I'm so glad to have them as friends. And I'm not a religious person, but I've just always felt like meeting those people at that time doing comedy was my aunt's doing. So now that my father is in his final days, and I'm sort of faced with another family member who's going to be passing, I'm just reminded again of how, it's really cliche, but how short life is, and how we should all be spending it doing what we want to do with wonderful people, and surrounding ourselves with wonderful people. So I feel so blessed to be a part of the Ballroom, and to know all of you, and to be doing comedy with you. So guys, I love you so much. I'm sorry I can't be there tonight, but I know you're knocking them dead. I know it's a great show, and I look forward to seeing you all real soon. Everybody, have a lot of fun, and I hope to see all of you soon.
What if the show was going really bad there? And then he's like, I know you're knocking it dead, and it's like crickets.
So all of our mascara is running, so this is our final show. Or
Final game.
Okay. This game is called String of Pearls. We are going to tell you. It's our easiest game. It's not our easiest game. It's our hardest game.
It's a toss-up.
We saved the hardest for last. We're going to tell you a story. This story is going to be out of order, and we are going to try and make sense of it. So I need an animal and an occupation.
Platypus. Platypus.
And a giraffe. Okay. Now I need an occupation. Clairvoyance. which is a psychic. Kate just told me.
Once upon a time, an angry giraffe broke out of the zoo.
And ever since that day, the clairvoyant said, I see what you mean.
Once upon a time, an angry giraffe escaped from the zoo.
And the clairvoyant said, I see what you mean.
She clutched her pearls and gasped. That was the murder weapon.
Once upon a time, there was an angry giraffe who escaped from the zoo.
She clasped her pearls and gasped. That was the murder weapon.
And ever since that day, the clairvoyant said, I see what you mean.
The giraffe was on a mission and hungry for blood.
Once upon a time, an angry giraffe escaped from the zoo.
The giraffe was on a mission and hungry for blood.
She clasped her pearls and gasped. That was the murder weapon.
And ever since that day, the clairvoyant said, I see what you mean.
She got off one last text to her mother before the giraffe descended on her.
Once upon a time, an angry giraffe escaped from the zoo.
The giraffe was hungry for blood.
She got off one final text to her mother before the giraffe descended upon her.
She clasped her pearls and gasped. That was the murder weapon.
And ever since that day, the clairvoyant said, I see what you mean.
Her mourning niece.
Oh, that kind
Her mourning niece sought counsel.
Once upon a time, an angry giraffe escaped from the zoo.
That giraffe was hungry for blood.
She got off one final text to her mother before the giraffe descended upon her.
She clasped her pearls and gasped. That was the murder weapon.
Her mourning niece sought counsel.
And ever since that day, the clairvoyant said, oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Good luck.
Dealer's choice.
Amber and her niece were just strolling down. And she gets an alert on her text about an escaped giraffe. Little does she know, she looks up, sees it coming. The giraffe goes to go past her, but gets its hoof caught in Amber's pearls.
Good luck. Remembering that bitch. She got it.
Once upon a time, an angry giraffe escaped from the zoo.
That giraffe was angry and hungry for blood.
Amber was walking down the street with her niece when she got an alert on her phone about an escaped giraffe. Little did she know, she looks up, sees the giraffe running towards her. The giraffe was gonna run past, but then got its hoof caught in her pearls.
She got off one final text to her mother before the giraffe descended upon her.
She gasped and clutched her pearls and saw the murder weapon.
Her mourning niece sought counsel.
And ever since that day, the clairvoyant said, I see what you mean.
Dave.
You got it.
You got it, girl. You got it, girl.
There's a lot there.
Hey. From a clairvoyant therapist who said, I've got a great data plan. I can see this from the other side.
Alright. Once upon a time, an angry giraffe escaped from the zoo.
That giraffe was angry and hungry for blood.
Amber was out strolling with her niece when she got an alert on her phone up seeing the giraffe coming towards them. The giraffe was going to run past, but then got its hoof caught in her pearl necklace.
She got off one final text to her mother before the giraffe descended upon her. She grasped her pearls.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I meant. It said, that was the murder weapon
Her mourning niece sought counsel.
from a clairvoyant therapist who said, I've got a great data plan.
And ever since that day, the clairvoyant had said, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.